Alrighty, we had a technical issue, which hopefully we've sorted now, so we'll just continue from where we were. Yeah, Ben, so I saw in the information thing that you provided with me, thanks again, that yes, you have a family and some kids.
Yes.
Yes, and I understand it's important because part of that I understand is your concern with the money you're making, that you're not able to support your family, or you're concerned you're not earning enough to support the family, and that you want to buy a house.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So what I'd like to do is to help with the counselling process and to get the most out of it for you. It's helpful to understand kind of we want to set some goals that we want to achieve.
Yep.
And to do that, we'd like to look at what options we have available.
Yep.
And kind of, I like to work with you and identify some of your skills and abilities.
Yep.
And use those strengths to identify good, meaningful options to achieve what we want to achieve.
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, you're doing your apprenticeship, which is going well. Yes. But what is there other things that you've done before, or have you got any other interests where you find you've got abilities and knowledge?
So a couple of my mates are builders actually, so they've asked me to possibly work with them. So that is one opportunity, and it's more so in my interest of what I would like to do.
Okay.
But then I could also get an office job, which would give me plenty enough to provide for my needs, but it's not really what I actually want to do. And
okay,
you know.
All right. So this is good because you've actually already kind of got some other options out there.
Yep.
All right. So what I'd like to do is let's have a chat about some of those options and see if we can work through them and help look at if you can make any decisions on those.
Yeah.
And see what that may look like for you. So what I would like to do is start with where you are now.
Yeah.
All right. So if we just brainstorm and have a look at some advantages and disadvantages for each of the options, that can help you kind of understand if some of them are actually going to work out, or if there's some disadvantages to them.
Yeah.
And they can also help you decide if some of them are potentially more satisfying for you, and ones you might be able to. We find it helpful to kind of choose which choices may be better for us.
Yeah.
Or not so better for us, and if we can put them in a line of priority and ones that you find a bit more satisfying, that can help us set those goals then, because if you're more interested in it and see yourself doing that, we're more likely to be able to achieve those goals that we set.
Yeah.
All right. So if we look at the option you have now, in that you're already in your apprenticeship,
yeah,
and you're already working there, let's just say you didn't change and make any other decisions, and we looked at you staying in what you're doing now. What do you see, if any, as some advantages or benefits of that?
Well, it would be a job that would last me a very long time.
Okay.
See?
Yes. Yeah, and I believe before the technical issue before,
Yeah.
I believe you had mentioned as well that finish the
Mhm.
apprenticeship, you can become qualified, and you express that an option later could be that you might be able to run your own business.
Yep.
Alright. But you express concerns that for you that's kind of too far away.
Yep.
And you're needing to look at changes earlier.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep.
Alright. Alright. Do you see any other benefits or advantages by staying in the apprenticeship?
Not many. No.
Okay. What about disadvantages?
Well, it may be too time consuming and very difficult, but very hard working, I mean.
Okay. Yeah. If I can probably help you out with one here and just confirm, make sure I've got this right. One of them is the financial
Yeah.
pressure that it's not earning enough,
Yeah, right.
and you've been finding it very stressful.
Yep.
Would you agree there are disadvantages
Yeah.
by continuing that? So if we look at, you mentioned the possibility of working with some mates in the business, the building thing. What would be some advantages with doing that?
Well, it would not be as stressful as my current apprenticeship is now, because I would have people to work with. You know, I would have some help there, and people who I know already.
Yeah.
And it might even earn more money than my current apprenticeship.
Yeah. Are you aware of any, or can you identify any disadvantages if you were to do that?
Well, it depends, because maybe if you know the person who hires us is a bit difficult to work with, but other than that, I don't see any.
Alright. And I think you said before your friends said, you know, if you were to come work with them, you would earn more money?
Yes.
Yep. Alright. And that's something you'd be interested to consider?
Yeah.
Working? Okay. So, out of those couple of ideas, at the moment we've talked about staying in, and then this other option of maybe going and working with mates. If you were to rank them as far as, you know, your preference, and which one maybe gives you a better feeling of a real option, which one of those at this stage would you be thinking more highly of as a like satisfaction and preference?
Probably the building option.
Yeah. Okay. As I said before, it's good to rank them just so we can see which one you've got more interest in and which one may have more benefits, and when we look at what decisions we want to make. Now the other option you mentioned as well was to, okay, so you mentioned one advantage already, that you know with the income advertised you would make enough money.
Definitely.
That's definitely an advantage. And on that theme, if you knew you were making enough money, you would have less stress and feel better about supporting the family.
Yeah.
Alright. And your goals of wanting to buy a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you see any other advantages in that office job?
Well, yeah, it'd be much quieter than running your own business. If we were eventually to start a business in cabinet making, it'd be really stressful managing that on my own. So not having to do that in an office job would definitely be better.
Yes, okay. Now, just one thing I can potentially see, and and you mentioned this before about at the moment you're doing all the extra work, and which takes you away from the family more, and time with the family at home. Are you aware of so with this office work, would that be more family friendly hours? Do you know, is it just like Monday to Friday kind of work?
Yeah, 5 weekdays.
Yeah. And so do you think that could be a benefit as well if you're earning more money and you get more time at home?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or do you see any disadvantages for the office job?
Not many, but it's really not something that I actually am interested in and want to do. But if I have to do it, I would.
Okay.
At least until I get enough to buy a house.
Yes, okay. But it's not really your first preference?
No.
Okay. Alright, so would it be safe to say and confirm then, as we explore this further, that at the moment, just looking at the advantages and disadvantages and what your interests are, and that when you look at how it may help with some of your stress and financial pressure, the first preference at the moment would be the job with the mates?
Yes.
And then potentially the office job?
Yep.
And then staying in what you're doing now?
Yep.
And then maybe having to look at second jobs or something like. Have you looked at getting any other second jobs whilst doing your?
No, I have not.
No. Okay. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, on top of everything that I'm currently doing, I just think that that'd already be too much. I might get enough money, but then I have almost no time with my family.
Yeah. And understandably, as much as earning enough money, it seems to me it's as important to you to still get that family time.
Yeah.
Like it's not all just money.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright. So having discussed about some of those options now, and we've had a good chance to look that there are some options out there, how are you feeling now about stressed and not knowing what to do?
I feel definitely more confident knowing that I do have better options, and those are possibilities that I can pursue instead of being stuck in my current apprenticeship.
Okay, good. So yeah, that's great. So you feel more confident, and you don't feel that you're actually stuck.
No.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So, what I would like to do then is start to look at, in the next session, we'll set some goals that we can work towards, but between now and next session, what, if you're interested, because I would like to explore these options further, because what we want to do now is work together and then look at, building up to a point where I can help you actually make a decision. All right, having options and great interests and ideas is good and helpful for us to identify, yes, we've actually got options, it's important, but then to actually make that decision is another thing. How are you feeling confidence-wise about actually getting to a point of making a decision.
Well, based off of today, I feel I still feel maybe a little bit conflicted between the office job and the building job. Sorry.
Yeah, and
I
that's
think I still need time to actually make a decision.
yes, and that's good because like when we make decisions or look at having to make some decisions about what options we have, it is important to take time and consider all of our requirements and needs.
Yeah.
You said before as well that you've spoken to your wife about some options and everything.
Yeah.
Do you feel you would like to, between now and next session, go back and have a chat with your wife about some of these ideas we've generated today?
Yeah, definitely.
And then you might be able to get some support, and maybe with talking with your wife, she may be able to also come up with some advantages and disadvantages for each. So you might be able to explore those further.
Yeah.
And what we'll do next week when we meet is we'll start to set some goals. We'll reconfirm, and see if there's any other ideas or any kind of limits on some of these ideas that you may come back with.
Yep.
And we can explore that further. And look at setting some goals then and helping you in relation to coming up with making the decisions.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Do you have any questions then about today?
Not really, no.
No. All right.
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. You've come up with some really good ideas here, and I think each of the ideas are really good.
Yeah.
And I can see that during this I'll definitely be able to help you with making some of these career choices, but also ones that can impact your life, personal life as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
All right, Ben. Well, I'll just walk you out, mate, and I'll see you at the same time next week.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.